Hi. So today I wanted to talk to you about good breakfasts that are low carb. A lot of diets recommend that you eat like fruit for breakfast or oatmeal and bananas. I quickly learned that none of these things are low carb. And when you're on a low carb diet, the thing that sets you up for owning your morning is really a high protein, low carb breakfast. It'll last you until lunch, and it's really good fuel. It keeps you from starting off on that insulin roller coaster early in the day. Frequently when I would have a cup of coffee with cream and sugar, I would send my blood sugar soaring. It would then crash, and then I'd want a donut, which would send it soaring again and then crash again. And so when I started eating a low carb diet and I started eating a high protein breakfast, I found that my energy levels were more sustainable. It was easier for me to lose weight, and I didn't have those cravings that come right around at 10:30 when you start walking around the office looking for, a croissant. So here are some great suggestions on how to have a low carb, high protein breakfast that's easy to make, that sustains you until lunch. The first thing you need is a protein. And the protein sources that I use are eggs. This is probably my favorite brand because the yolks are super yellow. And these are even better. These, same brand, Happy Egg Company, these yolks are like orange. So I like these two brands. I usually use like one of each egg and I'll scramble it. Or if I'm just pan frying it, I'll pan fry one of these eggs. Doesn't matter if you use large or extra large. Watch your calories, watch your protein intake. But usually 2 eggs in the morning, you can hard boil them too, or scrambled is my pretty good protein source. Another protein option is my favorite, Siggi's Nonfat Greek yogurt. I love this brand. You can also have low-fat, this is Icelandic yogurt. You can have low-fat Greek yogurt too, if that's an option. But you want to strive for low carbs, meaning, this has 7 carbs per serving. And total sugars is 5 grams. So that's a pretty good bar to set. If you look at a lot of sweetened yogurt, some of them can have 25 grams of carbs and like 12 or 17 grams of added sugar. You want to stay away from that. Start getting used to plain yogurt. It might take you some time to get used to it. I started with flavored yogurt, and then I moved to Siggi's, which isn't quite as flavored, and then I tried mixing half flavored yogurt and then plain yogurt, and I slowly kind of weaned myself off of fruit-filled yogurt because a lot of them have corn syrup or sugar or other sweeteners in them, and that just adds to the carb count. So start getting used to plain yogurt, and it's okay to like wean yourself off of it. You don't have to like go cold turkey. Another option for protein in the morning, low-fat cottage cheese. I love Nancy's. There's something about the texture of this yogurt the texture of this cottage cheese it doesn't taste so much like, like curds, like it's not so bad, but it's fluffier and it's almost like tapioca pudding. So I like Nancy's low-fat cottage cheese, and it has probiotics in it, which is really good for your gut. So if you don't like eggs and don't like dairy, going to be a little challenging to get your protein in the morning. You can try chia seeds, but they still have carbs in them. So another option, sockeye salmon. This is wild Alaska salmon. I prefer wild to farmed. You can use farmed if you want, but my preference is wild. I'll eat this on toast with a little bit of Greek yogurt. You can get away with a little bit of Neuchâtel cheese if you want that cream cheesy flavor. But cream cheese does have carbs in it, so just make sure that's a rarity or a treat, not so much like an every morning thing. Every morning I usually have eggs and a high fiber carb, or cottage cheese or Greek yogurt with a high fiber carb. And I sometimes treat myself to this on the weekends. Now, what is a high fiber carb? Raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. These are my go-tos in the morning. If I berries are much lower carb than other fruits. So they're my go-to. Blackberries are actually one of the best things you can eat, but these can be really expensive. So you might want to try frozen blueberries or blackberries or raspberries mixed in with your yogurt if you want. You can also do strawberries, of course, but you want to stay away from things like mango or pineapple or banana. These tend to get into higher carbs even when you factor in the fiber. But if you're staying under 10 grams of carbs, I would say like staying under 15, you're probably fine. I also eat bread, which is surprising, right? Bread on a low carb diet. I like the Silver Hills. My favorite is Squirrelly, which is this, it's got like omega-6s and sunflower seeds and sesame seeds. It's whole wheat, it's sprouted. And if you look at the nutrition facts, always look at your nutrition facts. It has 1 gram of fat, 16 grams of carbs, but it has 5 grams of fiber, which makes it 11 grams net carbs and only 1 gram of sugar. And you get 6 grams of protein built into it in every slice. So I'll have this with a little bit of grass-fed butter just as a treat. And then this is another one if you don't like the squirrely, you don't like nuts, or you have a nut allergy. Big Red's bread is also have some grains and seeds. They have like pumpkin seeds on the outside, so it's a nice change. So if you want bread, just don't have Wonder Bread, don't have a Hawaiian roll. Like if you have a treat, that's fine, have a croissant, but don't think that a croissant is a healthy breakfast choice every single morning for breakfast. If you pick bread, you want it to have a lot of fiber, a lot of nutrients. That's how you roll. So easy breakfasts in the morning that are low carb. Protein is going to be eggs. You can even do no sugar pork sausage or turkey sausage. Applegate Farms makes a nice one. Or cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, Icelandic yogurt like Siggi's. Keep the protein high, carbs low, and then pair that protein with a high fiber carb. That's going to be high fiber bread. Berries, you can get away with stone fruit or apples every once in a while, again, because they have that fiber in them. If you want veggies, by all means, have veggies for breakfast. I've had red bell peppers, squash, green onions, spinach sauteed into eggs, and that's great too. But don't feel like you have to have a salad for breakfast. You can, but my go-to breakfasts are pretty much dairy and eggs paired with low-carb fruits or high-fiber bread. And that's it.